Saturday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Tell everybody, tell everybody. Saturday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Tell everybody, tell everybody.
Hi. Good afternoon, Ghana, and welcome to Roots and Routes on Z101.9 FM. If you've just tuned in, my name is Rebecca, and on this special Valentine's Day edition, we are celebrating love. Love for culture, love for sound, and love for the creative spirit that moves our nation. On Roots and Routes, we don't just explore places, people, we explore experiences, and that shape Ghana's tourism story. Because tourism isn't just about destinations, it's about identity. And today, we are turning up the romance and the rhythm with a very special guest. I'm so excited. A jazz musician whose sound carries emotions, storytelling, and global influence while staying deeply rooted in the Ghanaian expression. You know what? Jazz has always been a love language. I mean, if you're into music, you know that when it comes to romance and being soft and smooth, you definitely will look at a jazz genre. And it's not just about connection. Today we'll be exploring how the sound travels across borders, stages, and hearts. So whether you're celebrating Valentine's Day with someone special or simply enjoying the beauty of good music, please stay tuned with us. This is Roots and Routes, where culture meets journey.
Saturday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Tell everybody, tell everybody. Saturday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Tell everybody, tell everybody. Saturday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m.
Questions, knowing you and all that. Tunabu, tell me about it, because this is my favorite
Wow.
of your tracks. I'm loving. I've been playing it before I even got to the studio. Tell me about Tunabu before I get into knowing you.
Yeah, the story behind Tunabu is when we were growing as kids in the 70s. Tunabu, the word is related to fashion. But the word Tunabu means the mouth of a gun. Tunabu is a gun word.
Oh, okay.
Tunabu. Then Aboski.
Tunabu.
Yeah,
That's the mouth of a gun. Yes, the tip of a gun.
Yes. That's it. So when we're growing up as kids, our big brothers and uncles, they have this fashion that they wear the trouser. Now you people call it pencil mouth, the trouser.
Yes.
The mouth is small. When the mouth is small, it's known as Tunabu.
Okay.
Then when the small mouth but is hanging, that's what we call it Aboski.
Oh, this is new. So, okay. So, because in my head, I was thinking that Tunabu is like the flare ends of the.
No,
the
that's like
jeans.
the Oxford bar.
Yes.
The big man, that's
Yes.
the Oxford bar. We have the Oxford bar. Then we have the Tunabu.
Okay.
Aboski.
So you had Tunabu,
Aboski.
Aboski.
So
Okay.
today, when somebody is fashion, you can say, "Oh, Tunabu,
Tunabu, lele.
No. Then we have this term Zongola Chichi. Zongola Chichi. I know you know Zongola Chichi.
The meaning is what I don't know.
No, Zongola Chichi is like it's rashes.
Oh.
It's like Zongola Chichi. It's
Okay,
like it's
okay.
rashes on the body.
You can only get this education on Z101.9 FM on Roots and Routes. So you wondered who Mr. Dela Jackson. He says that he doesn't like to be called Mr. He's still a very young man in his prime. So Dela Jackson is an Afro-rock and jazz storyteller, and he was born in Anloga. That's in the Volta region of Ghana. So from church choir harmonies to mastering multiple instruments, Dela carved his own lane in the industry. But that didn't hand him, it wasn't just easy getting to know all of those things. He learned, he taught, and he's built, and he stayed true to his sound over the years. He's released 4 solo albums. Wow. And he's worked closely with Grammy-nominated reggae icon, that's Rocky Dawini, another great guy, and he's contributed to several of his early Rocky contributed to several of your early projects, right? And even shared stages internationally. So you can find all of this information when you just Google Dela Jackson, right? And what you don't know also is that he's a multi-instrumentalist. He's an educator. He's a studio owner. He's a mentor. And his journey has spanned from the ARS brass band, shaping instrumental worship at ICGC. And he's done collaborations with top Ghanaian creatives. And he's survived the pandemics that the industry has gone through. And Tunabu is his latest release. That was done in November.
Yeah, that was in November
2025. Wow, that's a very, very heavy profile you have there, Dela Jackson. So we are going to dive into getting to know you. You were born in Anloga, in the Volta region. Did that shape, you being a musician? How did your background lead you to where you are today?
Yeah, the correction there is I come from Anlogan.
Okay.
My dad from Anlogan and my mom from Sogakope. But we were born in Accra. We school in Accra, did everything in Accra, and we were born into this church called the ARS, Apostles Revelation Society.
Okay.
Which is headquarters at Tajevu. That's about 6 kilometers from Akachi in the Volta region. So as growing as kids, the church has a brass band, and our big brothers were those who were playing the brass band. So as kids, we begin to admire what our big brothers and uncles were doing. So along the line, as kids, you aspire to, also be like your big brothers.
Right.
Yeah. But actually, growing as a kid, my main dream was to become an auto mechanic.
For real?
Yes.
And look at where we are now.
Yes. So that is life. That's I always say, you can educate yourself always, but there are some things, anything that comes your way, and you think you have the mental capability to absorb it, learn it, and keep it in your pocket.
So there was aspiration, and then talent basically took over.
Yes. So along the line, the interesting thing is that, to cut it short, when I completed my elementary school, that was Form 4, which people call Saito.
Yes.
That was in 1981. And after that, I said, I would like to study about auto mechanic.
Okay.
So I was enrolled in a school. That was a technical school. So I am always practical minded. Anything, theory is good, all right, but I want to see the thing being done practically. Yeah. So when I went to the school, the 2 times, no. Everything is theory. Theory. I've done theory in school, Taito, now I want to see practical.
Yes.
So what broke the camel's back and I stopped the school was that at getting to the end of the second term,
right,
they said we'll be going to the workshop to see how engines work. And to my disappointment, when we went to the workshop, I went to bring an old engine block.
Wow.
With cobwebs all around. Then the teacher said, this is the cylinder hole, this is the water hole. Then I said to myself, today is the last day, my last day in this school. I want to see engine spark me zoom. Yes. I want to see, those I want to see.
Working.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that was my last time in the school. The 3rd time I didn't go to the school again. I stopped.
And that was it.
So along the line, my mom and Manka, one day they were sitting and say, hey, dress up, let's go. I said, where are we going? They say, follow us. I followed them, they took me straight to fitting workshop.
Since you want to practical.
So they took me to fitting workshop. Then I started, and I was really happy. Because within a short time, I spent about 6 months. What I was able to do, people spend 2 years and they're not able to do it in the shop, So that shows that when I really have that mind and engineering. But it got some time. Sometimes when I go to the shop, everything's getting boring. The engines. And by then I started fidgeting with trumpet in this church, small. Along the line, sometimes you get time to go and play this picnic at Jaban.
Yes.
You get small coins. Sometimes you follow someone going to play this apostolic church, boom, bang, boom, bang. You get some small coins. That's this isn't bad. You go what I mean?
Gradually, your interest was growing.
Exactly. So that is how I got drifted away from
Mechanical engineering.
The passion wasn't there anymore. The passion was more geared to music. And I've never regretted switching from auto mechanic to music.
Wonderful. And if you do not know this, Dela Jackson actually taught Dr. Niayu Solomon in his early days in ICGC, and I think they are still very close friends and when it comes to doing music and poetry. So
he's a great guy.
He's a wonderful guy. Wherever you are, I'm taking your step today. I hope you're enjoying the Valentine's Day. This is a special shout out to the team from Z101.9 FM. We have your mentor and teacher here as well. So let's talk about you breaking into the industry. At what point did Dela Jackson become Dela Jackson?
Dela Jackson became Dela Jackson when I left the fitting shop. I followed a friend to Togo. That was during the revolution time. The borders were locked. Live music was non-existent in Accra. There was curfew. You have to sleep early. So I followed a friend to Togo. Then that was why I started my big band experience.
So it's true you started playing the trumpet at 12?
Yeah, I started playing trumpet at 12.
Wow.
Learning while still at school.
Wow.
Yes. So when this, I'm talking about Togo, that was this around 18 years. I was 18 years by then. But even by then, I had a first child. I have a first kid at the age of 18 years.
Nice.
Yes. And so that was also part of what pushed me really into music. So my friend took me to Togo, and I had a chance to be part of a band called Melo Togo. I think that was one of the biggest bands in Togo by then. It can be equated to Ramblers of Ghana those days, you know. And by then I was a novice on the trumpet. It wasn't an easy journey because out of the 12 keys on the trumpet, I knew only 3.
Wow.
And I have to work with professionals. It wasn't easy.
So you're self-taught? Yeah.
When I went there, there was this guy who plays piano, the keyboard. He happens to have played with the real Akwaaba before. Not this Akwaaba we have. This Akwaaba we have, his father and his father's father.
So Akwaaba that we know now, his grandfather.
His grandfather.
Interesting.
Yes. And the guy is called Minis. So when he saw that, this young man is from Ghana, he generated interest in me, and he started, though he can't play the trumpet, he will use the piano to look for the notes. Then I'll use my trumpet and find the note. When I get it, then I write the fingering. Slow. So I spent about over 1 year there. Then I left, came back to Ghana. When I came back to Ghana, still hustling around, then I had a chance that they're forming a new band in Medina called Exotic Akofna.
Okay.
This was around 84, 85. So we formed that band in Medina, Reese Hotel. Formed the band in some
field. What's it known as Reese Junction now?
Yeah, there's a hotel. When you branch, it goes, the Reese Hotel is inside. Okay. It's still there. And after that, I left the band, then came home, then later went to play a band called Sea Lords. It's actually a Navy band in the Tema Newtown. So I spent some few months in the Tema Newtown, the Navy facility. Then there I left to Tema Community One and played a band called El Paso, owned by a lady called Auntie Gloria. Gloria Ekufu. Then from there, I left to another band and then came to the military facility, Powerful Mercury at the Burma camp.
Nice.
I played at about 1.5 years. Left there then went to a group called Osagifo. Played some few years there. Then whilst there, we had a connection to form a new band. When the band was formed, it was called the Marriott International.
I think I've heard of the Marriott
Yes,
International.
they did the song Ozinzim and
Yes.
all that. So I was a founding member of that band. Then from there I left the band, went to Cote d'Ivoire, came back to the same band, stayed quite a lot, then left that band to another band called Grassroots.
Mm-hmm.
The whilst in the Grassroots, I was staying in the Grassroots, I was still working with the GBC band.
You really, really explored.
Playing the GBC band, at the same
Yes.
time playing the GBC band, and I formed a jazz group called Z Kankari.
Okay.
And by then they just opened the present day plus 233 Jazz Club. But then it was called the Baseline Jazz Club.
Nice.
Then I formed that group. We played for a while. Then we splitted. My journey has been so much. And it was there that I had a call friend. Then I left that place. Went to play jam with a group at the Golden Tulip Hotel. I had a chance to play with this Rama Brew.
Yes.
Rama Brew and Charles on piano. That was the Golden Tulip had a jazz club. So while I was playing there was a small confusion. So part of the group we separated and formed our own group called Fabeja, which became the residence band of Baseline Jazz Club.
Nice, nice. Your experience is very rich.
A
You
tour
really
that-
explored different places and even different cultures, because you talked about Togo, you talked about Cote d'Ivoire.
Exactly.
So, looking at all the genres in music, why jazz?
Jazz is so interesting to me. Even before I started to play real live band, I have a special love for classical music. But even then, I didn't know I would come to play music professionally. The sounds excites me. So because of that, where our church, ARS church, is in Pig Farm, where they sell a pork.
Yeah.
And behind the church building, where they sell the pork, the headquarters.
Yes.
My friends live in that house.
Okay.
And they have this radio they call Kofi Adeka. Have you heard it before?
No.
Oh, Kofi Adeka. You haven't heard Kofi Adeka. Kofi Adeka, you can find Kofi Adeka in the bus stops, the market.
Okay.
It's provided by the government. You
Okay.
don't buy it. They fix it in your house. So
A community radio.
yeah, no, how would I call it? But then we have only one radio station, Radio 1 and Radio 2.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can to BBC and all that. So they have radio, no FM station. So around after 10, they play classical music. Because of that, my church, I ran away from church. And then they don't close the night. I'll go home, eat, and come to my friends because I want to listen to that classic.
Yeah.
That sound, it just excites me. So when I started playing, I saw people playing, I realized people sing, but I begin to hear what they call jazz. When I listen to it, I say, this one, there isn't much talking. There isn't much voice.
Yes.
The instruments do the talking. And so, this is interesting. I love this one. Than the voice and
yes.
then all that. So that's what drove me into. And then when I tried to venture into that type of music, so I realized that no, you need to study deeper
Okay.
to be able to play jazz. See, all jazz players, you can equate that to like somebody doing his PhD in other disciplines.
Absolutely. You have to
Absolutely.
be highly
You
intelligent.
need to
yes.
really understand what music entails, how chord works, how harmonies
Right.
are done, how melodies are related to chord progressions, and different types of scales that you need to understand. Just like somebody doing any other discipline, before you do your PhD, you have to do a lot of research. You write your thesis, That's what jazz players equate to. You get what I mean? There are some players how would I call it, naturally gifted. But still, you need a theoretical background. You cannot be a very good jazz player without any theoretical background. You need to have some theoretical background. Coupled with your practical, the intensity of your practical
Right.
aspect in life, that makes you a whole product.
Right. So, like Dela Jackson just said, to be a jazz musician, you have to study. You have to understand music. You need to be really in tune, because this is not just voice, doing the songs or the playing the music for you.
No.
The instruments are communicating with each other to produce beautiful melodies and
Exactly.
beautiful songs. Okay, so right on that, let us play one of my favorites from all the tracks that you have. Madu Madu by Dela Jackson. Madu Madu from Dela Jackson. If you just tuned in, this is Z101.9 FM. You can connect with us on our social media handles. That's ZFMGH on Instagram, Facebook, and X. And if you have your phone in hand, engage with us on our WhatsApp number 0247 941 857. So Madu Madu just played. It has a bit of the reggae, funk, and all of that.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your music. You've released 4 solo albums. Do you have a favorite?
I can say I don't really have a favorite, but I think I just love what I'm doing now.
Yes.
You know, my previous albums were covers.
Okay.
Gospel covers on saxophone, you know. But I realized I was a bit limiting myself because I wear different types of caps.
Mm-hmm.
And I begin to understand that music is music, regardless of what you call it. Is it gospel or whatever? It's music. So I said, oh, no, I want to do music. So that's why I dropped the gospel. And now I want to do Afro-rock jazz.
So you write and then produce.
Exactly.
And then you play.
Then I play.
This man is very talented.
I try to play 6 different instruments.
Wow.
And teach. You know, I'm a music educationist.
Yes, I was about to get to that. Yes. So do you have a school, a club?
Okay, I don't have a school, but I'm the school.
Okay.
The school is myself. I either bring the school to your house or you come to the school. That's just my house.
Right.
I teach in my studio in a house. And I do virtual lessons too.
Okay.
So I have students outside Africa as well.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So let's do a bit of analysis. Jazz when you started and even now, and then the new age jazz musicians coming up. Tell me, what do you think? What are they filling any gaps? Are they creating any gaps?
Yeah.
Are they blending well? What are your thoughts?
No. Over the years, jazz as a genre has evolved over the years. You go to those days when it started, like you have something like the Dixieland jazz. Mm-hmm. With jazz, actually, was started by the blacks, the African Americans, and over the years, has really evolved. That's now you have what they call the smooth jazz.
Yes.
You even have Afro-rock jazz. You even have Makossa jazz. You have acid jazz. You have traditional jazz. You have Dixieland jazz. You know, a whole lot. So a lot has happened, and it's really exciting and encouraging that people are really experimenting. Because if you talk about music chords and scales, all the chords and scales have been played. So what are you going to play again? Mm-hmm. The next thing to now you to be more innovative. What are the new sound you want to bring out?
Right.
You get what I mean? So if I look back and look now, there's been a lot of improvements.
Nice.
Yeah.
So are you working to collaborate or introduce something new age? You know, the Gen Zs now into the type of jazz you do.
Yes, I like experiments, mm-hmm. And so I'll be trying so many things out. What is new? That is what prompted me in my previous album, which is Testimonial. Mm-hmm. On that album, I featured Dr. Ayi Salomon.
Yes.
On the song called Elevanyo.
Mm-hmm. So please, if you want to see another side of Ayi Salomon, please go on Apple Music, Spotify, any of the streaming platforms and look for Elevanyo, and you hear Dr. Ayi Salomon on there. Please go on, Doc. Please go on.
Yeah, so that's one. And when I experiment that with him, it's on that particular album, I can say that's one of the best tracks on the album.
Nice.
Elevanyo, because Elevanyo has a fusion of languages. Nia he's fluent in both English, Ga, and the Togo Ewe.
Yes.
So on this piece, he did the English. Then at the tail end of the track, he did something in the Togo language. And if you understand the Togo language, you get ghost pimples on your body.
Nice. I think we should just play a bit of that. Elavanyo is coming up, right? Hey, Nia you Solomon, you didn't tell us a side of you. Wherever you are in the country, I'm super, 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 super proud of you on this piece with Dela Jackson. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. The infusion of poetry and the different languages with. I'm in love. I'm in love. And I hope
Thank
you're also
you.
falling in love with jazz as you're listening to us on Z101.9 FM. This is Roots and Routes. And I hope your Valentine's Day is going well. If not, we are here for you. And right after the program, you can, go on your the various streaming platforms and look for Dela Jackson and enjoy his music. Trust me. Absolutely, my favorite is Tunabu. And I think I have Elavanyo tightly competing for that spot as well. So, Dela, let us get into jazz music and how it influences tourism or destination experience. So, let me throw this out to you. Tell me your experience over the years since you started this journey. Looking at how foreigners, how has this actually shaped foreigners' experience when it comes to Ghana, experiencing our music, especially with jazz. Tell me your thoughts on it from when you started till today.
Yeah, from when I started today, what I can say is that jazz or music in general has played a very, very good role in at least enhancing the tourism industry in Ghana.
Right.
And jazz also has come to play a very good role, because when you have the tourists arriving, some don't even know that we have real good musicians in Ghana. So as Ryan, when we talk about piano, jazz piano player, the best jazz piano player in West Africa and Africa for that matter is in Ghana.
Wow.
Yes. Though he doesn't want to accept it, but we know he is. And he's called Victor Day. That's Kafri Day's younger brother. We all learn from him. So when tourists come down and some come and just see somebody like this playing, they marvel and say, we have this type of talents in Ghana here. And we have, when we come to real fusion music, there are other guys who are doing great stuff in Ghana. We have young guys like, we call them West Coast Ebusian. Check them out. They do great stuff. And we have a lot of great things are happening. And it's really making that now when you come to Accra, into the nightlife Accra,
yes,
you by the weekends from Friday to Sunday,
yes,
there's a lot of interesting live performances around that really makes the tourists really happy that they've come to a place called Ghana and Africa for that matter.
And experiencing the Ghanaian or the African version of those genres as well.
Exactly.
So I'm actually thinking the exposure of jazz, especially in our media spaces, do we think we are given enough attention to the type of jazz you do, and then the other types of jazz in general? Are we given enough attention? Because sometimes you tune into a radio and you hear the foreign, like the Kennys playing, like Brazilian Nights, for example. There are songs being used as bits of promo bites, or are we giving enough attention?
Yeah, I think I like this topic,
yes,
because it boils down to where we say the presenters of the radio stations are not really doing the really good job. No researches. Don't feel bad and don't get me wrong.
No,
the whole Ghana,
yes,
over the years, if you ask me that which presenter who has been very, very instrumental in doing her own background check and researches, I'll tell you Dori Andor of Joy FM. Dori Andor goes out of her way to fish out genres that the regular DJs will not play on the shows. So as the topic comes about jazz, of the airways, are we giving enough time for the jazz Ghanaian local players? No, they are not. because they are not doing their homeworks. They are not doing the researches. This month, no DJs go, on this genre, which of the artists have released a new stuff or the whole year? Which are that, can we check them out, bring them? But there are other guys who are doing nice stuff as far as jazz content, but the airways are not giving them the enough chance. And let the presentation too. You get what I mean? So we need, as we talk, we need legislations in the system. If you go to some jurisdictions, there are legislations that say your presenting time, certain percentage of time is allocated to local stuffs. Then the other one are allocated, distributed internationally, then the African continent. In this way, we can try in our own small way to enhance the spread of the different genres we have in Ghana.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you know how these new age artists, organize huge shows, filling up stadiums and auditoriums. You have like Rapaholic, which are the Shatawale, Beam Fest, and all of that. When are we seeing, aside the jazz festivals that's, I think the Stomach Heights, the
Stomach High, yeah,
the jazz festival. Are we ever actually going to see a stadium filled with people just enjoying live jazz performance?
It can be done, but all cannot be done in a vacuum. Can all be done with the help of you people who have the airwaves. You get what I mean? So if you say, for example, Z FM say, okay, I'm going to start something annually that I'll bring all genres that are jazz oriented, which are not hip life or whatever, because I want the nation to see that there are other type of genres who are more touching than just the hip life. The other genres of music are not music that you can play to relax. All the sounds are push, 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 and that is informing the nation. We are every time he want to go, but we need music that can calm mess down. You get what I mean? So if you say, Zed Gani say, okay, now every June I'm going to bring about 6 different artists who are not doing hip life, are not doing high life, but the real doing real Afro-rock jazz, who are doing different genres that jazz is concerned. With small, it will catch up. Because the country is opening now. Yes. There are people, investors who want place to put their money. There are people who have earned their money. They want good music to enjoy. But it's up to we, the industry players, to create the avenue and the place for them to come, sit down, spend their good money, and leave. And believe you me, the jazz lovers are the people who spend good money. Yeah.
Now that comes to another question I have, accessibility, because for the history of jazz is associated with elite clubs, these man caves, socialite gatherings. Does that mean that the genre is not really accessible to the everyday Ghanaian who just wants something relaxing, but then they tune into the radio and they hear other kind of genres of music? Because that can be a misconception as well, that jazz is only for a certain type and breed of people in the society.
No, it's wrong.
Okay.
It's we just have to make the music accessible to the people. You get what I mean? Let's say, for instance, if you go to a food joint, only a few food joints that you can hear them playing more quality jazz music. The rest is noisy music. You get what I mean? And strangely enough, where the hustlers go, that's where the noisy music is being played. Does that mean that the hustler doesn't like quiet, soft music? No, the hustler also appreciates soft and nice music.
To calm the stress.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So it's up to we, the intended, to be able to give them. I don't know whether Z FM has a segment that you present jazz. No.
I think we'll take it up under advice. Yeah.
You don't. You get it. It's important. Like me, I've flirted with radio small.
Yeah.
I love presenting. Even last week I started presenting jazz. No, this week on a radio called Afro Radio. It's a campus radio on the campus of AUCC Adabaka. Okay. And I said I want to present jazz, and on my segment, I have a small portion that I talk about music theory. Because music education is non-existent in Ghana. If you look at it.
So it's like we just have the talents, but then are these talents polished enough?
Well, yeah, we need to
quality?
polish them. Like now with Ghana, we have a lot of football academies dotted over all the place.
Yes.
How many music academies do we have? We don't have. Even if you go to Legon, you see what they teach there. Every time I have problem with the professors there. You get what I mean? Music is evolving. You can't continue telling 19 topics in the present.
Absolutely right.
You see, so we need some radical moves.
Yeah.
We can say, I'm challenging you, Z. Oh, Z say, okay, so can we have a segment that music is taught, theory is taught on, jazz is presented. You get what I mean? We talk about it. Everybody, then you promote the opponents. Oh, if I tune to Jazz Z FM this time, I'll hear good jazz music. And in the segment, I'll hear some music education. You get what I mean?
Right.
So people who have not had the opportunity to even sit in the middle, okay, if I tune to Z Garden. So with this small thing, it will be spreading. The only person that has kept jazz presenting serious over the years is Kennedy on Joy FM. Jazz on Joy. You know what I mean? And then you ask, aren't other stations seeing this and also see to, but it takes one person to set example and the other people come on board.
Okay, so let's look at how governments through its agencies can help enhance and promote jazz, the jazz culture. So, do you think the Ghana Tourism Authority is doing enough to integrate, live music into tourism marketing? Like we have, they say that December is coming, and there are different programs that some are, organized and supported by the GTA. Do you think they are paying enough attention to jazz as I don't want to call it as a genre, I'm calling it as a movement in music?
Yeah, if you ask me, I would say no, not enough. Even if there is some, but it's enough. I have not seen it. But when you talk about live music, is the tourism authority helping? Yes, they are doing that good job. But jazz, no. Apart from Stambik that does jazz, then Alliance Française, who does when April is Jazz Awareness Month, so they do that. But apart from that, nothing really concrete that I can say annually is huge, bigger than the Stambik Jazz Festival and then Alliance Française. And then Plus 223 is also having, but now even said now they are diluting their place. The everyday genre is now overriding the main concept of the place as a jazz joint, So they also need to, because the competition is not there. They are not facing any competition. There isn't any authentic serious jazz club in town. If we have about 2, 3, 4 jazz clubs in town and are giving them that competition, they're going to sit up. You need a club that we can go there from Monday to Friday or Monday to Sunday. You hear only jazz music. That is when you say you are really fighting for the cause of jazz music. Yes. So let's see that.
Okay. So how do you, a few more questions before we wrap up. How can we rope in the youngsters, the youth, into accepting? Because we are a largely youthful country, and some of them will tell you that this type of music is for the older people. How do we retune their minds in your own small way with your partners, with your associates?
The only best way is through education, music education. You are what you listen to,
right?
As you're growing up. You get what I mean?
Right. Yes.
So if we start with the kids, my advocacy is music should be brought back into the basic school curriculum, right from the primary school to high school. We have students in the States, I have students in the UK. And these are junior school students. And they're all doing music. And in their school, they show you their school band is auditorium. You see, the authorities have really thought deep about what effect music has on the child's mind. That research has shown that the part there's a correlation between the part of the brain that is used for maths and mathematics. And the music, it makes it more alert and sharper. Then you ask, why are the